In The Night of the White Pants, Tom Wilkinson plays Max, a successful Dallas businessman who spends one wild and crazy night embracing his own chaos as he tries to figure out why his life and his family have just fallen apart. And it is a movie intentionally made in Dallas. Now, sometimes movies live a little bit slightly uncomfortably out of the mainstream, and I think that's the case with The Night of the White Pants, co-starring Nick Stahl, Selma Blair, Francis Fisher, Jessica McClendon from Fort Worth, and one of our favorites, Janine Turner, who joins us this morning with the creator of all of this madness, Texas writer and director Amy Talkington, and I'm a big fan. Janine, are you a big fan of Amy?
I'm a huge fan.
And by the way, Amy's been making award-winning short films for a long time around here, and we finally get to the feature. But let's get to you first in this part. It's a perfect part for you. You're kind of the evil. You're the evil soon-to-be ex-wife. Maybe not evil, but you represent.
Yes, yeah, well.
You represent well.
You just don't know what went on in that marriage now. That's true. We tried to get...
It was probably awful, and I probably need to set this up a little bit because we're really talking about a guy who has this one wild and crazy night, and it involves all kinds of wild and wicked behavior. But it's really not necessarily about that. It's really about what's going on inside him and what's going on all around him. Of course, here you are negotiating your divorce stuff.
Oh, right. It's just such a fun character, and Amy wrote such a fabulous script, and it's just this dysfunctional family that sort of falls apart, and it makes you feel so much better about your own family. Well, I'm glad I can make you feel better about that.
There you are. And where'd you shoot this scene, Amy?
We shot this scene in a legal building down on Main and Central. Main Street and Central.
Now, I remember looking at the credits, because you have to thank a lot of people when you make a film in Dallas.
You have to thank a lot of people when you make a very low-budget film in Dallas, because we just had so many favors.
Right.
So many favors. So many people were grateful
and
for.
People were good and kind to you. You know, when we talk about low-budget, I realize it's your first feature film, but my first reaction is, how did you get all these good people? Not just Janine, but Tom Wilkinson, Nick Stahl. I mean, In the Bedroom's an amazing work, and these guys have been doing good work for a long time, going way back. Francis Fisher, all of them. Yeah, I mean, what happens? How does this work?
I don't know. I really feel very lucky. The first person on board, I wrote two parts with people in mind specifically, and that was Janine's part. I wrote for Janine, who I'd met at a function here in Dallas, a Women in Film Dallas function. And I wrote the part of Raph for Nick Stahl, because I knew he was from Dallas, and I knew he was... Well, he was perfect for it. So I got the script to Nick, and he read it and loved it. We had met on another project before, and it just kind of went from there. I think Tom was, of course, attracted to the fact that Nick was in the movie because they were friends from In the Bedroom. But I think for Tom, it's a fun part. He's never got to do any of these things on film before.
He gets to let it all hang out. We're going to show a scene right now. You come into the house. You're not a happy person. And it's his house, but it's your house. It's on Swiss Avenue. I live 2 blocks from this place. And by the way, I don't live on Swiss in the mansion. I'm off Swiss. But this is kind of a really cool scene that's representative of what's really going on. And this is great ensemble directing, because it's not hard to do this. You know, I think some directors can handle scenes like this, and some cannot. You do. Watch this from The Night of the White Pants.
If you'd actually read the papers that we served you would have plenty of time to find someplace to move.
It's true, Dad.